What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel and welcome to another Helldivers video. This time I'm going to be going over some builds and stuff in this series. It's going to be great. The first one I wanted to cover is just a real easy one. Most people can get this up and running relatively early in the game, with the exception of like maybe the incendiary grenades and stuff like that. But anyway, this one's going to be revolving around fire and the application of it to various entities that would do you harm and stop you from spreading democracy. How dare they? Anyway, real simple. Let's go over the stratagems and whatnot. One of these you could probably swap out if you see, the need and whatnot, but as far as the theme of this one is concerned, as I stated earlier, and you can see from the title of the episode, and probably the thumbnail, I don't know what I'm going to do with the thumbnail, but anyway, Napalm Airstrike for the Eagle. This one's great for area denial, along with controlling and lanes and whatnot. Very, very good, especially if you want to use a choke point. A lot of the time it's very useful for something like extraction. In addition to that, we're also going to be utilizing the Flamethrower, if that wasn't entirely obvious. I really like the Flamethrower. Obviously, you've got some positives, you've got some negatives. Positives, you've got area denial, you've got that damage over time, all that stuff. In addition to it being able to kill all of the armored targets, maybe not tanks and hulks. I'll have to do some little bit more testing for that. But as far as bugs are concerned, you can take out chargers, you can take out bile titans, all the spitters and things like that. You can use fire relatively effectively against them. But they are bugs, so maybe bugs take a little bit more fire damage. Who knows? Anyway, so the Flamethrower, really great. A necessary part of this little kit. In addition to that, we're also going to be using the incendiary mines. While personally I think that the incendiary mines are worse than the anti-personnel mines, that's not to say that they don't have their uses. Again, area denial, damage over time, yada yada yada. You're seeing the trend here. Area denial and control of a particular area is very, very good with incendiary. Unlike the first game, though, the enemies will not avoid fire like they did in the previous installment, which can be good and bad depending on how you want to use it. Just as far as damage is concerned, it's really good, consistent damage. It's not, blowing the roof off as far as total numbers are concerned, but it's not too bad. And then as far as your fourth stratagem slot is concerned, I've went and gone with the supply pack. The reason for that is because stock, the Flamethrower only comes with 4 backup canisters. Depending on which boosters you use and which stratagem modules and stuff like that you can get more, obviously. But I've decided to go with the supply pack just so you can top yourself off in the middle of combat. If you wanted to swap this for something so that way you could be maybe a little bit more versatile, go for that. It really depends. Just any of the backpack slots will work. Shield generator is obviously good. It won't stop you from being set on fire, unfortunately, but yeah, you could still utilize it for various things, if you so see fit. And as far as the strategies are concerned, that's pretty much it. The booster I'm using right now is the Hellpod Space Optimization, so that way you can get all your magazines instead of, I think you start with like 2 instead of the 4 for the Flamethrower. But as far as equipment is concerned, obviously the ones that matter, I'm going to be going with this little light armor right here, the Breaker set. Gives you reduced recoil and whatnot when you're crouching and prone. That's not super important for the build, but the additional grenade capacity does come in handy, because as I stated earlier, you are going to be utilizing the incendiary grenade for obvious reasons. More fire is better. In addition to that, you can take whatever secondary you want. I'm preferable to the Redeemer right now, just because of the amount of DPS you can pull out in a pinch. And of course, we're going with the Breaker Incendiary, which you need to invest into the Steeled Veterans, I believe, to acquire. Now, normally, when I'm running the shotgun, I like to use just the regular Breaker. It's far superior in terms of DPS, but the theme is obviously Incendiary, which we're going to be utilizing. So, it's not a bad gun, but again, some of the balance issues in the game are a little obvious at this point. But hey, that's not what we're here for. Anyway, let's go ahead and run through a mission real quick. I don't think I'm going to do the entire mission, at least as far as what you guys will see. But I'll run through and we can do, you know, at least a little bit of it. Yeah. I mean, I have to, right? Okay. Off to a good start. I don't know if I was going to include the beginning of that, but I have to include that, right? It's perfect. Alright, so let's get everything all sorted. And, yeah. When I run into examples that will look good in the video, I will show it off for you guys. But until then, well, I'll be on my way.
Found something.
So here's going to be a good example of a way you can utilize the napalm to lead your enemies and whatnot. This one's really, really good to set up, you know, in between you and your enemies. One good thing to utilize with some of your equipment is when you have these types of like napalm and stuff set up, stuff that requires enemies to walk through it, it's a good idea to have some type of a weapon that you can use to kite enemies and whatnot. But yeah, it does require some aggro. Ugh, really? Off to a great start, obviously.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Wouldn't even let me navigate with that one. Okay, that's fine.
Democracy has landed.
Just keep going.
Mag's empty. How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Alright, let's keep on keeping on. So yeah, you do have to be careful about, obviously, setting yourself on fire. That's going to be one of your biggest things to deal with in this, this little bit here. Oh yeah, another thing to make note of. Yeah, I've got more ammo for this. If you're inputting your stratagems, like say, yeah, my incendiary mines for instance, if I press down on this menu to activate that, it will pull from your supply pack, so you do have to be a little cognizant of that, unfortunately.
Sub-objective in your vicinity.
Alright, let's go ahead and show off the incendiary mines, huh? Now, most of the trick to using fire effectively in this is where you're going to put it, positioning, stuff like that. One of the fun things about the mines, by the way, is the little thing that comes down and sets it down. That actually attracts enemies, so you can use that to your advantage somewhat effectively. All the enemies will try and go over there and mess with it if they, you know, don't detect you, obviously. But yeah, I really enjoy the incendiary mines. It's just good. It basically fills the exact same purpose as the napalm, but you don't have the time constraint of, you know, needing to be very precise with it. But it's still not too bad. I would like to see if maybe fire and status effects could, you know, go up a little bit in terms of damage and whatnot, but so far it's not too bad. Just kind of passive damage, you know? Yeah, it's not too bad. Pretty much all you really have to do is get into the mindset of, well, first off, not running into your own mines, but get into the mindset of positioning. Oh, hello, patrol. That and this build helps with wanting to get the trophy for killing 100 enemies in one mission with fire, which is always fun. Let's get out of the minefield. Yeah, not too bad. Okay. Right, well, once I get to the objective, I will see you guys later.
Deploying minefield.
So this is one way I like to use the mines. Throw it into an objective. Not necessarily using it the way that you probably should. It's kind of an offensive way to use a defensive placement, I suppose. But you basically just use it as a means of attracting enemies, and yeah.
You will never destroy our way of life.
No, I don't know how you got that breach out. Sure, why not?
Eagle 1 armed and ready.
But yeah, mines could be fun to throw directly into a base. Oh, hello. Let's just
Bug outpost spotted.
avoid these mines and let the enemies go through them. Bugs are not very, very intelligent, so... And you can use incendiary to blow up bug holes, by the way. Gotta be a little bit careful about the fuse timer, but it's not too bad. Oof. Man, I'm taking a lot of acid damage right now. I know one thing that people would probably be a little bit disappointed with as far as this build is concerned is it's not exactly the most offensive build. It's very defensive. Alright. You little green guys, you gotta stop. Alright. Let's continue.
Administering freedom.
Found something.
Stalwart, that's not what I want. Okay. Now, one thing to note about the napalm strike is that I believe it does do impact damage. Kind of like the mines, how the mines have an actual amount of damage that they do
Deploying minefield. Stand clear.
on impact. It's not just fire.
Eagle 1.
Range is a little high. Unfortunately, these spewers are making it hard for me to use the flamethrower. Especially two of them.
Mission at
Throwing grenade.
I mean, as you can see, when you do actually get the chance to use fire against those guys, it's not bad. But yeah, they are proving difficult to manage when there's more than what? Every time when there's more than one. Alright, let's be careful. Let's grab our stuff. There we go. Okay, cool. Grab our supply pack. Yeah. Oh, there's one there. Okay. Be very careful. Go through the minefield. Oh, hey, it's right on top of the thing, huh? Awkward. Oh, hey. Nice. We have arrived. Burn ourselves to death here.
You will never destroy our way of life! Fire in the hole! Not today! How'd you like to taste of freedom?
Okay. Keep moving.
Throwing grenade!
Ow. Gotta be careful.
Delivering payload.
One thing I do like about the napalm is the fact that it has the same spread as the airstrike, which is very easy to utilize. One thing I would like to see as a possible change would be the ability to change the orientation of where your strike comes in. I mean, I know you can get kind of clever with it, place it down the way that you want. Like if I wanted to go straight down this way, I would have to turn like this and do that.
Unleashing democracy.
But it's a little unwieldy to utilize that way. Not impossible, obviously,
Returning to
but
destroyer for resupply.
yeah, not preferable. The rare prone flamethrower usage. It's quiet. Too quiet. I haven't been attacked once while I've been doing this. Well, except for the very beginning, but anyway.
Deploying minefield. Another step toward galactic liberation. You may extract when ready.
Never get tired of seeing that. It's like illegal to not show that whole animation, right? I have to show that?
Dropping a pin, southeast.
Alright, let's get to extract. See you guys when I get there.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Alright, we made it to extraction.
Equipment package.
So, next most important thing when you're utilizing this type of a build, if you're going to be going for controlling lanes, figure out where your lanes are. You've obviously got 1, 2, 3, probably 4 lanes to worry about here. So let's go ahead and block some of this off if we can.
Deploying minefield. ETA T-minus
Still got a minute on my napalm cooldown, but that's not too bad.
ETA T-minus 1 minute. My life for Super Earth!
No, no, no. 3 seconds.
Super Earth's finest back in action.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds. ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
Nailed him.
I'm surprised there aren't actually any
T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
any type of armors that can negate or reduce fire damage. That would be good.
Approaching pickup.
Let's not run into our own mines.
Pelican 1 landing sequence
You thought I was gonna, didn't you?
Throwing grenade!
Alright.
Extraction
Not too bad.
Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Not the most effective build by any means, but it's fun. It is fun.
You have maintained our way of life.
Alright, we made it back successfully. Yippee skippy. So, pros and cons of this setup. Pros, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's good for consistent damage. It's kind of a okay set and forget as far as enemies are concerned. It can deal with almost any enemy without needing anti-armor and stuff like that, because it can just do that via dots. It is slow, however, to kill on a lot of things. And it's good for cleaning out grunts and whatnot. Cons. Some very, very low time to kill on this setup. In addition to that, it's pretty ammo hungry. You run out of fire, like you run out of flame fuel way quicker than you think you do. That and the only incendiary primary gun that we have right now, the incendiary breaker, pales in comparison to the regular breaker, so you are obviously giving up some DPS for that. But oh, and it's really easy to kill yourself and your friends. But I don't know if I would recommend this for public, but if you're playing with some of your friends and you guys just want to have some fun and have a little themed build or something like that, it's not too bad. I could see this doing very, very well with multiple people running a flame setup. But anyway, hopefully this guide's, it's not barely a guide, but hopefully this could be at least a little bit entertaining for you guys. Maybe give you some ideas as far as your builds are concerned, so that way you can get off meta choices for weaponry is concerned and just kind of have some fun. But anyway, I will see you all in the next loadout video. You guys take care. Bye-bye.